Mike Evans, Gifton. We talked about him. You watched a lot of him.
Playing with the GOAT.
Tom,
the GOAT.
Tom Brady. He's playing with them. And he actually put up another 1,000-yard season. You know what that means, right, Gifton?
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Look
I
what happens when you
love-
play with Tom Brady,
Okay,
man.
chill. He's played with shit and still put up the same numbers. This is not about Tom Brady. This is about Mike Evans. Now, Mike Evans has put up 7 straight years of having 1,000-yard plus season.
Yeah, that actually kind of blew my mind when I was looking at the script earlier. I didn't know it was seven straight
If
years?
you get one, you're considered elite in the and almost back in the olden days of the NFL.
Back in like the 80s.
Recent
yeah.
like no, not 80s, but even like 5 years ago before that. If
Really?
if you had 1,000 receiving yards, you're considered elite in this league. Nowadays, it's like everybody's getting 1,000 yards because that's just the way the league goes. But so it's not like crazy like impressive in the later years, but in the first years when he's really developed and with the terrible quarterbacks, as we just mentioned, he's still able to produce for this team. Now, let's speak about it just a little bit here. Let's kind of just put it up. 2014, 1,051, 2015, 1,200, so on and so forth. I don't think it's hard to get into the specifics with that. And then 2020, he just barely got it with 1,006, right?
Right.
Even with all the weapons, he was still able to, find his way through and still be able to put up those types of numbers.
That's crazy. And
so,
he's only 27.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's only 27.
So I actually put
Wild.
down a couple of comparisons to other elite receivers. You want to name out a couple of those? You can name the first one here.
So we got Antonio Brown with 7,093 yards with 38 touchdowns, and Devontae Adams with 5,194 yards and 44 touchdowns.
All right, let's stop right there.
Wow.
Let's stop right there. So we have one guy. Basically, both of these guys are over 5,000 yards with, let's just say, 44 touchdowns, right?
Yep.
This man, Mike Evans,
61.
8,266 yards and 61 touchdowns. So still 1,000 yards over anybody else's type of yards when it comes to those two. 27. So,
bro, he still has like a good 4 years to go, maybe.
With worse players around him in the Buccaneers, maybe a little bit better when it comes to the line and everything.
That's crazy.
But with worse players around him, he has better numbers than Antonio Brown, Devontae Adams, like we just mentioned, Julio Jones, DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh, damn, he beat Julio?
And that's just crazy. Well, Julio is always been like getting lost every once in a while, but he's just a really nice name. Like, he has a crazy talent, and he just gets double teamed every single time. But anyway, so Mike Evans, man, I just want to really not necessarily expose him, but put him on a little bit more of a higher type of a totem pole. You know what I mean? Because he's never really been a really appreciated type of wide receiver. And now that he's on a winning team, one that's having finally some primetime games, one that's with Tom Brady and everything, like giving them more exposure. This guy literally just became a Hall of Famer. There's been people that put in all these types of numbers, right? Mm-hmm. And not these specifically because this is the first player to ever do it, but I'm saying like where they had 1,000-yard seasons, just really nice seasons, really nice productive seasons, and they don't make it into the Hall of Fame, such as like a Sterling Sharp, and they don't make it to the Hall of Fame because they don't it doesn't go into winning. But now this guy won a championship because of Tom Brady, like so many other fucking players who got a ring because of Tom Brady, and he just got put into the Hall of Fame just like that. So it just sucks that like somebody could be putting up the numbers and have that production and just still be so underrated. Just nobody's really talking like that. Even in the NFL, like top 100 players, like he never gets like over 30, I feel like. So this one right here is just this guy needs to be like I feel like everybody knows Odell Beckham. Nobody would have really known about Mike Evans before that last NFL season.
That's a great point because I feel like in today's world, we just pay attention to looks more instead of numbers. That's why everybody knows Odell and his hairstyle.
He's not
his
bad
cleats,
looking.
He's not bad looking. Pause. But I'm just saying, like,
I got confidence in myself. I can tell another man he's good looking. It's a good looking man. Look at all. I like men with beards, right, Gifton?
No.
All right, we made it a little weird.
Hey.
But go ahead.
Yeah. Definitely shout out Mike Evans. Like, just want to give some flowers to you. Appreciate it. Tom, thank you for, being a great
giving him his ring.
Giving him his ring.
Giving a leader. Honestly, thank you for Tom for putting a leader in that fucking like locker room so that they can go ahead and win a championship because they had all the talent there. They needed a leader. And Mike Evans being your right-hand man, just one guy to go up and get it. And think about it in penalty yards. He has so many times where he gets like pass interference and he gets so much penalty yards based off of those alone. So if you add those in on these extra receiving yards, I'm sure, oh my goodness. And there's like been speculation about changing that rule. Like if you get a pass interference and like you could actually get the penalty yards because you're the one who caused it. But I don't really believe in that. We'll see what happens going forward.